All right, hello, welcome everybody. This is Star McKinnon, the National Coordinator of the Ubuntu USA movement, and this is an Ubuntu collaboration session for August 28th, 2016. And I just want to welcome anybody who's joining us for the first time. We hold these sessions about once a month just to let everybody know what's going on at the national level with the Ubuntu movement. And oftentimes we'll have various members of the team speak about what's going on in specific circles or specific communities. And Allison, are you able to switch to the next slide? Thank you very much. Okay, so here is the agenda for the meeting today. We're going to be starting with a meditation, and then we're going to be talking about some of the upcoming events that we have planned. We have several events planned in New York City and also in Bolton Valley, one of our first Ubuntu communities in the United States. And then we're going to be talking a little bit more specifically about, we've got two Ubuntu communities that are up and functioning at this time, so I want to talk a little bit about those. We're also going to be talking briefly about our political progress and what's going on the political forefront. We're going to touch very briefly on Ubuntu Mobile. And then we'll be talking about you in Ubuntu and how, if I'm inspired, if I resonate with this message, how do I get involved? What can I do? We're going to be talking about how you can join us and how you can get involved. And then we're going to be talking about the next meeting details. So welcome everybody. We're going to go ahead and start the meeting off with a guided meditation by Myra Jackson. So whenever you're ready, Myra, go ahead and take it away.
All right, thank you so much, Star, and just welcoming everyone who's with us, and I know others will join. And so let's prepare the field or the space that we're sharing here as a community and take a few breaths together. Let's take a couple of deep breaths together, just easy. And as you breathe, become aware of yourself and notice where you may have your hands on a piece of paper or a mug in your hand, and just let the hands safely set everything down so you can bring all of yourself to the moment, into this field of awareness that we're sharing. And as you take another breath, just accept and allow whatever is arising to be present with you. And let's take that breath in and out of the heart. And with this breath, let's in the next breath also expand that awareness to the earth itself. And feel your connection with the earth and let it ground the energy in your body. You can connect with that just by feeling the cushion under your, right below you or wherever you're seated. And as we're feeling that connection to the earth, let's expand that awareness to the sky above. We're sharing this call across time zones, and some of us have just slipped past dusk, and others still have sunshine in the sky. So connect with what's real for you from where you're seated, and connect. And allow that energy, that light that's present for you, just to swirl around and create a healthy membrane around you that allows the energy for your highest good, your great listening, and your presence to be here on the call. We're calling forth that deepest self to be present. And as we do this, we're welcoming in all that supports us on the earth, throughout the universe. And just staying with that sense of the breath and the connections that we've made, let's expand it a little to include the group field, those that are gathering on the call, those that may join us, those new to Ubuntu, and those that we'll welcome today. And feel the connection with all on the call, and see if you can notice that network of light that's connecting us together wherever we're located. We can really think of the whole globe. Ubuntu's growing worldwide, and visualize a very strong boundary for our group field that allows in the energies that are there to support the highest good. And as we're feeling the connection throughout our network, we can also invite into our group field the allies from all Earth systems and beyond, and from the higher dimensions to support us in these days, these early days in which our excitement is present with us, and that we bring our passion and our gifts to the center of this community. So let's open together with a sense of that connection to that universal source of life that supports all of us. And through the spirit of contributionism, Ubuntu, this field, this ancient way of being and seeing our connection with another and to all life, we can evoke that sense of Ubuntu spirit and the essence that we associate with our sovereignty as human beings and our choice to live united in sovereign communities that benefit each other, creating new laws for ourselves and community based on the needs and the highest sense of ethics and morality for the people who gather. And so in this group field, this large circle that's around us that we're envisioning now, let's breathe again and specifically call in that sense of connection and the respect that arises for self and for each Ubuntu core member and the Ubuntu members at large, those that are seen and unseen, all the beings in and throughout this circle that we share and this growing field, this growing community of communities. And in the 30 seconds that we have, let's just take those 30 seconds and savor this connection. All right, so having sealed this now, our connection, I want to thank each of you for the quality of your presence, and I slowly prepare to turn this over to Star. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Myra, for connecting our consciousness together, connecting our hearts together, and helping us to really unify in this vision for Ubuntu and this new way of being through contributionism. It's always so exciting to offer these collaboration meetings and to connect with the public that are interested in following along and taking a lead role in their local area as well. So I appreciate you starting us off, Myra, and getting us focused here as a group. So Allison, do you want to shift it to the next slide? There we go. Okay. Got to come back to reality here. So let's talk a little bit about the upcoming events that we have planned. We're very, very excited Michael Tellinger is coming to the United States. He'll be here September 15th through October 3rd, and we have many events planned for him and several radio interviews. And I'd like to speak specifically about some of the larger events that we're going to be holding in New York and in Bolton Valley. So the very first, actually, Allison, did Susan get on the call?
I believe she needs to relocate, so she's working on it, but she's not here yet.
Okay. So Susan Jameson, who is the coordinator of our humanities circle, she has been running around like a crazy woman booking all these events, and she's been an incredible resource in terms of connecting Michael with the opportunity to speak at these different venues. So the very first place he'll be speaking is at the Open Center in New York City, and that'll be occurring Friday, September 16th at 7 p.m. The catalog with Michael's workshop is going out to a very large group of people, so we're hoping that there's a big turnout to come and learn about Ubuntu and to be able to hear it straight from Michael. And so anyone who's interested, you're more than welcome to register for that. We have information about how to register on our Facebook page. And I believe we also have that on our website. If we don't have it up on our website, we'll have it up there very shortly for all of these different events. The next event that Michael will be participating in is the 15th Annual Peace Vigil in Central Park. And that is an all-day event, and Michael will be one of the speakers at the event. And then I believe there will also be a candlelight vigil taking place. And Michael will also be one of 3 featured speakers at the International Day of Peace event at the Wainwright House in Rye, New York. And that is a very big opportunity for us. We're really excited about that, and Michael's really excited just to come to the United States again and speak at these different venues. But these are the 3 main events that we have planned in the New York area for the first week that Michael's going to be here. And we do have information about how to register or get involved for any of you who are interested in attending. Do you want to flip to the next slide for me, Allison? Okay. So after the first week in New York, Michael will be going to Vermont to the first community, Ubuntu community in Bolton Valley, and he'll be at a meet and greet dinner on Friday the 30th, where those who are interested will have an opportunity to dine and enjoy intimate conversation with Michael. It's going to be more of an open dialogue type of situation, and so if you're interested, again, you can go to our Facebook page, or also I believe you can register. Pete, do you know if you can register on the Bolton Valley website for those events? Maybe you could let me know in the comment section there if you know. But we are in the process of putting out a flyer that will include all the Bolton Valley events, and then there will be a link that you can click on to register. And I just want to make it clear that even though it's a 3-day event, you can come and attend just one day if you'd like. You don't have to register for the whole event. You can just come for whatever you're able to. And all of the events are going to be based on suggested donations. Saturday, Michael will be hosting an all-day Ubuntu workshop from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then there will also be a Saturday night dinner and discussion. The discussion will very likely focus on the formation of the continued evolution of the community at Bolton Valley. And then on Sunday, we'll be having the first annual Ubuntu Music and Arts Festival in Bolton Valley. And like I said, all of these events are going to be based upon suggested donation. and we'll be posting the link very soon. We'll also put it out in the next upcoming newsletter that we send out. We'll send the registration links for all these different events. I see a question coming up, will any part of the workshop be streamed? So we're definitely working on streaming the workshop on Saturday in Bolton Valley for those of you who are not able to travel but would like to attend and see Michael speak. So yes, that is our hope, that we will be able to offer a live stream option for people who want to be able to see what Michael is speaking about but are not able to travel. We'll also answer any other questions at the very end of the meeting. So if others have questions, please hold those to the end, and we're happy to answer all those for you. Okay, so go ahead and switch to the next slide. Okay, so so I want to talk a little bit about the Ubuntu communities. We have two working communities at this time. The first, which many of you have already heard about, is Lotus Lodge in Bolton Valley. And I know that we've got a couple people on the call from the community here tonight. Their website is, you can see that there, www.ubuntuvt.org, where you can learn about their community. They've got some great pictures up of their community. And then there's also a community projects tab where you can learn about the different community projects that they're working on, and to donate. You can donate if there's one specific community project that you're especially interested in supporting. You have the ability to do that. So as you can imagine, the Bolton Valley community is very excited about Michael's arrival and the upcoming events. There's been quite a bit of action in the Bolton Valley community. The local media has been very interested in what the community is doing. Some of the people in the town of Bolton Valley are very supportive, and then there are some people in the community who aren't quite sure what to make of this Ubuntu thing. So we're working with the town. We're going to be working with them further to really help them understand what Ubuntu is and what our intentions are, so that it's a very peaceful coexistence and co-creation of the area there. So like I said, if you want to learn more about what's going on at the community, their website's up and running, and you can learn quite a lot more about what they're doing there, or come and visit the last week of September. The other community that I'd like to talk about, which I'm going to speak more extensively about in a minute, is Greenfire in Athens, Ohio. And that is led by Dick Hogan, and I believe he is here this evening. I think I see him, yes. And Dick, if you're able to sign in with your moderator link, you'll be able to speak, but if not, that's okay too. Feel free to jump in the comments section, and then I can relay that to the rest of the people here that are listening. So I'm going to go into more detail in just a moment about Greenfire. We're also, we continue to work with Native American tribes in Arizona and New Mexico, and I've been invited to meet with some tribal elders at the beginning of the year in January, which is quite an honor. I've been speaking with a gentleman who is connected to many different tribes and tribal elders, and I'm starting to develop a really great working relationship with them. And they've invited me out to see some of their ceremonies and speak with the elders about collaborating with Ubuntu to create more abundance and freedom within the communities that have already formed. So we're very, very excited about that, and we'll also be providing more information about that visit and our relationship with the Native American tribes as we continue to develop those relationships. We're also looking at communities that have intentions to form in both Washington and Florida. And so there are many people who have contacted us from different parts of the country and say, I want to do this. I want to take this land that I have and start an Ubuntu community. And if you're interested in learning more about what it takes to start an Ubuntu community, please contact either of our implementation specialists, Allison or Jeff. Jeff specifically has developed an assessment tool that allows us to evaluate the resources of the community and really be able to prioritize what the community needs first to catch its breath, get back on its feet, and then eventually to be prosperous and flourishing. So if you have interest, if you feel inspired, please feel free to reach out to either Allison or Jeff, and they'd be happy to talk with you about what that might involve and what an Ubuntu community might be like in your local area. All right, Allison, thank you. So I want to talk a little bit more about Greenfire specifically. This is a community that's been in existence for some time now, many years, and they're an Ubuntu-based community. They're about 7 miles west of Athens, Ohio. They're adjacent to a wildlife corridor, and so they're surrounded by national forests. There's 75 acres total, and lots of plants and animals. Dick indicates that there's also some additional acreage that we may be able to gain and continue to expand the Ubuntu community. At Greenfire, there's also a shared community center, an earthen college, shops, barn, root cellar, solar shower, water catchment systems, gardens, goats, ducks, and they provide vegetables, milk, and eggs for the community. So I was hoping that that Dick was able to. Dick, feel free to jump in if there's anything else that you want to share about the community itself. I've recently been in connection with him, and they are very interested in being a more public part of the Ubuntu movement. They've been living according to the principles and the philosophy for many years already, and I think that there's quite a bit that we can learn from their community. And go ahead and switch to the next slide there, Allison. Thank you. Okay, so Dick, I believe you're the one on the far left there. So that's Dick Hogan, and these are some members of the community there. And if you want to switch to the next slide there, Allison. So this is one of the community gardens, and so oftentimes they will, it's my understanding that they will take the resources from the community and go sell them at farmers markets and things like that to support the community and of course to sustain the community itself. So if you're interested in learning more about Greenfire and this Ubuntu community, we're going to be creating a separate page on our website for communities, and of course there will be more information there about both Bolton Valley and Greenfire and how to get in contact with those communities, how to support those communities. So that will be coming shortly. We're working on that, and you'll be able to get very specific information about both communities involved. So, so let's jump into the political progress. Is Rebecca here tonight? I'm not sure if she was able to come or not. I didn't ask her to jump on with a link, but I didn't know if she was present or not. Rebecca, if you're here, feel free to jump in the comments section. I just wanted to give everybody a little bit of an update on the political process. Hi, there you are. I just wanted to give everybody a little bit of an update because many people contact me and are just interested in what we're doing politically. I think that people are not really sure what to do about the upcoming elections. There are a lot of people who feel sort of split and have been reaching out to Ubuntu to say, you know, or do you have any candidates that are by chance running? And so I just wanted to let everybody know where we're at and what we're doing politically because as you all know, Michael feels very strongly about the political aspect of this movement, and as he said, injecting the virus of Ubuntu into the political beast. So that's what we're planning to do here in the US as well. We've got 40+ political candidates. what we're doing right now, Rebecca Gratz is overseeing all the political candidates, and we're working with these candidates one-on-one to identify local positions in their community. So, we've had several meetings with Michael about the best political approach here in the United States, and he feels very strongly about starting at the local level, and that the national or even state levels are just too much of a mess at this point to try to get in. So we're wanting to start at the local level, such as mayor positions, where as an Ubuntu candidate, you would have a little bit more say around what's happening in the community, how the community resources are allocated, and be able to really share the Ubuntu message at a larger level locally. So these candidates who decide to step up in these various roles, once they identify a position that they're interested in potentially running for as an Ubuntu candidate, we're going to be, Michael's going to be training them specifically in Ubuntu and just making sure that they feel that they really understand and know how to teach and speak on the Ubuntu principles. Ubuntu is pretty broad. It's a very, very broad philosophy, and it covers a lot of ground. And so Michael is very excited about working with the political candidates to prepare them, essentially, to relay the message to the world in their local area. We'll also be providing the candidates with Ubuntu materials. So if you're interested in being a part of the Ubuntu party, if you're interested in being involved politically, which essentially would mean that you would kind of check out your local community and see if there are any positions within your local government that you would be interested in running for. And you would be running as an Ubuntu candidate and moving forward, sharing the message of Ubuntu, and hopefully incorporating some of the principles of Ubuntu into the community if you're able to get into one of those positions. So if you're interested in being part of the political progress and the political process of Ubuntu in this country, please reach out to Rebecca. I've listed her email there. We're still taking names and information for candidates for the coming elections here in the fall. And if you are interested or you're not really sure where to begin, feel free to reach out to us, and we're happy to speak with you about the process and talk to you about what you could do next to see if this is something that resonates with you and inspires you to move forward. Okay, so go ahead and move right along there. Okay, so I wanted to talk very briefly about Ubuntu Mobile. So as most of you probably know, Michael decided to invest in a company called WorldGN Technology, and which allows each of us essentially to start our own mobile network through the technology that WorldGN offers. And so Ubuntu decided to, or Michael decided to invest and to start Ubuntu Mobile. And you can learn more about it at ubuntumobile.org. That's the global website. And then if you want to learn more about the United States Ubuntu Mobile team, and there are facts and information that's tailored a little bit more to the cell phone and technology experience here in the United States, then you can go to the USA site. I want to talk, the reason that I brought this up is because I know that there were some people who were a little bit confused about Michael's decision to enter into an investment such as this. And actually, several members of our team had a meeting with him recently and confronted him directly about this, and just, just indicating that we don't want to put a lot of energy and time and involvement into something that is part of the capitalist game, essentially. And so we talked to Michael about what his rationale was for getting involved and what his intentions were. And he made some really great points. He said, how many of you have a cell phone? And, everyone who was at the meeting has a cell phone. So, we all have phones. It's part of the way that we live and exist right now. Most people have phones. Some don't, but I would say that the vast majority do have cell phones at this time. So we have to buy them anyways. And if we buy through this venue, we are supporting the Ubuntu family, and we're supporting the efforts of Ubuntu. So you have to buy a cell phone anyways. You can be supporting the cause of Ubuntu by purchasing a phone through this source of technology. And then you also have the opportunity, so anyone who joins after you, you potentially earn income from them. And so he saw it as a way for people who are interested in supporting Ubuntu to not only support the movement as a whole, but also to gain income yourselves. So I just wanted to share a little bit about what Michael's rationale was. We're not in this to get rich. We're not in this to make the big bucks and and be the top dogs. We just want to survive. Michael has been working tirelessly for over a decade now. I know that he's been dipping into his own personal savings just to get through things such as the recent South African election. And he is really, he has the choice of either trying to find a way to raise funds for Ubuntu or walking away. And he just does not want to walk away because he doesn't have the funds to continue. So that's one of the reasons. And here, us in the US, we're a team of all volunteers. And a lot of us put several hours in a day to get this movement going, keep it going. And this is a way for us to be able to support people with a product that they already have and need, and also to make money for the movement and for yourself. So the products that are available are phones run by space stations. So they're on a 5 gigahertz network. It's not 5G, so the 5 gigahertz spectrum is actually much safer. It's much lower radiation for the body, and it's about 4 times faster than any network that's available here, and offers 100 gigabytes of data per month. So it's essentially unlimited because almost no one will get to 100 gigabytes of data. And it's unlimited text and call and completely international. So you could take your phone and get on an airplane to the other side of the world and get off, and you would still have service, and it doesn't change anything, doesn't cost anything extra or anything like that. So the company is releasing new phones, which should be out in the next month or two, which are going to be one of the most advanced phones available on the market, if not the most advanced phone available on the market. And like I said, it will be run by these space stations and not the cell phone towers that are already overly crowded. And the cell phone companies charge you a ton of money, and this company only charges you $49 a month for unlimited. So they also offer health bands, which monitor your health and connect to your cell phone and can give you real-time and data about what's going on with your health and your sleeping patterns. So it's just a very advanced Fitbit type of device. So like I said, if you're interested, you can check out our Facebook page, Ubuntu USA Mobile, where we post information and videos about the products, and then the website to Ubuntu Mobile, where you can directly connect and check out the products for yourself. The last thing that I want to say about this is that this is a newer company, and so it is they are still working a lot of bugs out, and they are really truly releasing in the United States here for the first time within the next couple months. This technology has not been released yet. So it is something that, if you're interested in the investment side of it, it is a great opportunity to get in now, because once the technology is released within the next few months, it's going to be something that's readily available, and many, many, many more people are going to sign up. They're going to, see the technology and ask questions about it and see that it's much different than what the current networks offer. And so I think that the potential for income and for us to raise funds for Ubuntu is very substantial with this company. And the launch of all the technology and the products is very near. So like I said, if you're interested, feel free to reach out to me, or you can go onto our website. And then also, if you go to ubuntumobile.org/support, there's an online support forum. Basically, it's a Q&A. So if you have specific questions about the phones, about the technology, about how the product plans work, you can jump right on and ask a question, and it's generally answered within about 24 to 48 hours. So, so check that out. That's one way that you can definitely support the Ubuntu movement. So I see, Susan, that you just jumped on the call here. So, and actually, I just want to take Myra's question while it just popped up here. Michael will have, she's saying, will Michael have an Ubuntu mobile phone with him? Has this launched in South Africa? So Michael does have a space phone, and he will have it with him on his upcoming travels to New York City and Bolton Valley. So you'll be able to see that technology in person. Michael received a beta version of the technology. He and several people that he works with at the global level of Ubuntu were sent the technology and have been testing it out for the last couple of months, and they've been very impressed with how it has worked so far. I do know that some of these products have shipped internationally and are actively functioning in some of the countries around the globe, but it has not been actively launched here in the United States. But we'll get to see it when Michael brings his, and actually by the time he's here, the technology may be readily available here in the United States as well. Susan, I just want to give you an opportunity. I ran through some of the events at the very beginning, but I just wanted to give you an opportunity to jump in and offer any additional details about the events that are coming up in New York City and in Bolton Valley. So feel free to jump in and add anything else you'd like to add. So you just unclick the mute button at the very top middle of your screen.
Now can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
Well, I apologize. I'm in a different location, and it could be why it took so long to get in. I'm not sure. But I listened to most of the calls, so thank you so much. And it's so wonderful to see you smile, because I can see you. Hi. And hi, everyone. Yeah, there's, it's a very, very exciting time. I'm very grateful for everybody's support. And Michael, as I'm reading here, yes, he's coming to New York. He's flying in on the 14th. And I'm so happy that the Open Center has agreed to present him on Friday evening. So if you're in the New York region, or if you want to come from anywhere, please share with your friends and family. Tell them of this opportunity that Michael will be presenting at the Open Center. What's very cool about this is that there's a catalog going out to at least 30,000 people. If you're not familiar with the Open Center, it's a wonderful place that's been around for 30 years. And all kinds of people have presented there, very well-known people, not well-known people, but it's a perfect place for Michael, so we're very, very grateful. And that'll be Friday night the 16th. I think you've run through this, but on the 18th, this Peace Vigil is an exceptional event, and it happens to be the 15th. There are going to be unbelievable peacemakers there from around the world, and we're very grateful that Michael will be participating. So if you have any questions about these events in New York, or even interested perhaps in hosting Michael at your home, get in touch with me. Don't just go ahead and send a little chat. If you're interested in being involved, let me know, because we do have a couple of dates. It looks now like Myra Jackson, who may be speaking soon as well, has set up an opportunity for Michael to speak in Maryland. So that's wonderful, and I want to speak with both Allison and Lance about that, because he might need a ride. So there are some things we still need to fill in, but it's really coming together. And Ed, I don't know if Ed is on this call, but Ed and another woman, Anna, are going to meet Michael in the city and then drive him to the Wainwright House in Rye, New York, where he's going to participate in the International Day of Peace, and he is one of 3 speakers there. So another great place to see Michael Tellinger. And from there, we're going to be traveling through Vermont. Still looking at possibly bringing him through Bennington, but for sure he is going to be spending more time in Bolton Valley. And there's a lot coming up about that, but we're very, very grateful to our dear friends and family in Bolton Valley. There's been a lot going on there. A lot of media has gone out, but things are turning around, and we're very grateful. So if you have any questions or wish to participate or be more involved, don't hesitate to call me or email me.
Somebody was asking what time the event is at the Wainwright House.
I believe it's 1 o'clock. It's an afternoon event, and I think it's 1 to 4 or 1 to 5. So if you send me your information, I'll send you a flyer. We have all that information. And then keep checking on our Facebook page, because all the information will be repeated time and time again between now and the events.
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't liked or following us, then, please do. Yeah, that's an afternoon event.
Okay. And was there anything else that you wanted to add about the events in Bolton Valley?
Well, we have in Bolton Valley. Well, Friday night, yep, it says it right there. It is going to be a meet and greet dinner. It's going to be an incredible dinner. I've been to Lotus Lodge. It's a beautiful place, amazing people, and the food is phenomenal. So all the way around, it's going to be a time to relax and enjoy and meet Michael and meet like-minded, like-hearted, soulful folks who want to make a difference in the world. Just a great time. And I think you might have made this clear. You do not have to attend all 3 days. If you just come for dinner on Friday, that's wonderful. By all means, come to the workshop on Saturday. It's going to be all about Ubuntu contributionism. Michael may go into the ancient technologies as well, either during the day or in the evening. It's something not to be missed. And Saturday night will be a dinner as well. And then absolutely on Sunday, we're going to have our first annual Music and Arts Festival. So all that's up there. But if you feel passionate or drawn to be more involved with this festival even, please email me or call me. And I'm just, waves of gratitude to the folks in Bolton Valley. There's a lot going on, and we'll get into it more, but things are coming together, and we'll be spending quite a bit of time with them. So that's it. We're just here to offer our support to them. And I had a wonderful chat with Krista again this afternoon. She's looking forward to getting together with everyone. I don't know if she's on this call or not right now, but, we're just grateful to Krista, David, Morgan, and others who are getting more involved.
So to contact Susan to learn more about the events, you can reach her at s.jameson, which is Jameson, at ubuntuusa.com.
Thank you so much.
Excuse me, .org.
I was wondering that for a moment, but good,
yeah.
.org.
Yep. So it's I put it in the chat, but it's sjameson at ubuntuusa.org. So I think I put the wrong one there the first.
No problem, and I'll type my phone number in too. So please feel free to call me.
Thank you very much, Susan, and we really appreciate everything that you've done to pull these events together, and we're all very excited about these events, these upcoming events in both New York and in Vermont, because we feel that it's really going to raise awareness about Ubuntu, and of course, as many of you know, Michael is very contagious and charming, and really explains some of these complicated concepts in clear and understandable and applicable ways. So it's always so exciting to connect with him and see him speak. So I hope that those of you who are able to attend will make the trip up to support us and to meet Michael in person.
And also, Star, I just want to mention that we're also working in support of the 11 Days of Global Unity, which begin on September 11th and end on the 21st of September. So please keep checking our website and our Facebook pages, because there are going to be, Michael's going to be on the radio a few times. He's going to be on a television program. So keep watching for that, because we'll have the links for these various media opportunities that you can participate in or listen to and share with others.
All right. Thank you very much, Susan. Okay, so I'll move into the next item on the agenda, which is you in Ubuntu, and how you can get involved and how you can help support us to continue to build the momentum behind the movement here in this country. And so we've mentioned on prior collaboration sessions that one of the very best things that you can do is to start a local circle, is to start an Ubuntu meetup group in your area, and to start talking about what Ubuntu is and what it means, and how it might apply to a better way of coexisting together, and really just starting the process of educating people around you. And that's really one of the best ways that that we can get this message out there, is if people everywhere start pulling groups of people together. And Christine, who's one of our implementation specialists, gave a presentation a couple of weeks ago about how to give a presentation, about how to give an Ubuntu presentation. And we have presentation materials available that you can use, so you can just download them. Jeff or Allison, if you wouldn't mind putting the website address for the materials in the chat box. You can basically go and just download the materials that you're interested in, including a PowerPoint presentation, and just talk to people about what Ubuntu is. Many people have not heard of it or have heard of a similar philosophy, and so it's just about getting the conversation going. And people who have started local circles have started with groups of 2 or 3, and then every time that they hold a meeting, somebody brings a friend, and they bring another friend, and then before you know it, it's a group of people. Like Trigvi's got a substantial group going in the Minnesota area, and we got to meet Michael, and the group in Minnesota got to connect via Zoom meeting online. So if you have a local circle that's building up, feel free to let us know, and we can also put that out to the public and let people know what you're doing and when, and so that they might be able to connect with you. So that's something that we love to support people to do. So if you're interested in starting a group and assisting at the local level, feel free to reach out to us, and we can provide you with some support and guidance and materials to get you going. Also, there will be video presentations soon. I'm going to be creating some video presentations about Ubuntu and really breaking down some of the core concepts of Ubuntu and talking a little bit about how that might apply in our culture here in the United States, and talking a little bit about how to start implementing Ubuntu in your community as well. So those will be coming soon. Christine and I will both be doing more presentations to educate people about Ubuntu and basically help to guide you to be able to present the information on your own as well. The other thing you can do is to come to New York City or Bolton Valley and come meet Michael and come support us, like I mentioned, for the upcoming events. We'd love to see you there. We're really excited to attend and to see people show up for Michael and to learn more about Ubuntu. You can also follow us on our Facebook page. Our Facebook page is pretty active. We have several people moderating the page and putting out new information daily. That's actually one of the best sources for updated or current information about what's happening with Ubuntu. And for those of you who are not into social media, which I totally understand, there is information on our website as well that you can go to, or you're always welcome to reach out to us and just ask specific questions about what's going on in the specific area of focus that you're interested in. So the other thing that that you can do, even if you don't feel comfortable starting up your own group, is just to spread the message when given the opportunity. And I know that I've had several people ask me, I think Trigby's asked me as well, what is the elevator conversation for Ubuntu? You know, if you've got 30 or 60 seconds to tell somebody about Ubuntu, what do? You know, and I think that it comes back to being able to relate. Most people in this country can relate to just feeling tired and just feeling like what we're doing is not working. The way that we're living is not working. We're all exhausted. We never quite feel like we have enough, and it's this it's this money system that sort of got us all always feeling like it's never enough and we're never safe, and so we kind of live in this fearful way of existing. And so most people can relate on that level, and many people I think will make just general comments about okay, just another day, or here's another Monday, or thank God it's Friday, or something like that. And then to be able to introduce them to, hey, I'm a part of this social movement that is offering a new way of living and working in the world. And if you're interested, check it out, and tell them about our website. Because like I said, I think everybody can relate to just feeling like things are not quite right, and that we need to do something to shift the way that we're living, and start stepping up and using our voices with the leaders that are in place, that are running our country and our local governments even, and just letting them know that we want to live a different way. The other thing that you can do is just to live the Ubuntu philosophy yourself. So by going inward and connecting to your own inner passions, and really, I think Michael talks extensively about how our social system, our social programming, our education system especially, diverts us from our true passions, and we're often, guided into these, paths that will get us to this, success especially in our country. There are, specific pathways or careers or choices that are seen as more socially acceptable. And it often diverts us away from our passions. I know for myself, life just gets busier and busier, and those things that really fill you up and that you're really passionate about can easily lose time in your life. And so one thing that you can do is to return back to who you really are, and what really lights you up as a person, and what really fulfills you. What can you do that the time passes by and it doesn't feel like work? And can you use that passion to offer contributions to others in some way? And maybe it's starting small. Maybe you like to crochet, and so you decide to crochet a scarf for each of the person that's had a positive effect in your life over the past year. Or just, you can decide what it is for you. But essentially, this movement starts with you. We're all, part of this interconnected web. And if we can start living and breathing and offering Ubuntu in our words, in our actions, into our interactions, the momentum is going to continue to build. And then lastly, you can donate on our website. So we have recently set up a PayPal account. We're starting to accept donations here in the United States. As I mentioned before, we're a pretty substantial team of people at the national level that are working on a fully volunteer basis. Many of us have at least one job and outside lives that we're balancing. and trying to offer our time and energy to this movement at the same time. So if there's anything that you're able to contribute to help keep us going in terms of materials and different formats that we use to keep the information out to the public, please donate on our website that you can see listed there below. So these are the various ways that you can get involved and that you can serve the movement and help us to build the momentum. You know, it's not necessarily about being up, you know, at the national level and trying to get the information out there on a large scale. It really is most important to start with you and start by living the Ubuntu philosophy, and then when you feel comfortable, educating others about it locally. And of course, we always invite you to step up and join us if you feel inspired to work at the higher level, at the national level. We would love to have you join us, so feel free to reach out to us. So go ahead and slip to the next slide there. Okay, so I wanted to open this up. We're about an hour into the meeting, and I want to open it up. I have not been paying very close attention over here to any questions. Let's see, Allison, have you had?
Most of them have been answered so far. I think we were answering many of them as we went. There wasn't really anything that I thought we missed, but let's open it up just in case. I think we're good though.
Okay, so let me just go back here. So feel free right now, feel free to ask any questions that you might have about the material that was presented. Yes, the workshop's going to be streamed and hopefully recorded. Let's see. Oh, Veronica's asking, has Ubuntu created a step-by-step process for creating an Ubuntu community, and where can I read this? That's a great question, Veronica. So as I mentioned, Jeff Henry, one of our implementation specialists, who I believe is here this evening. Oh, he already answered you as well. Michael is our step-by-step, which is so true. Michael's book is serving for the blueprint that we're all following. You know, whenever we have a question as a team, you know, I will often go in there and search for my answer, and then sometimes it has to be moderated a little bit to accommodate the differences in our culture and in our country. But for the most part, we're following right along with the blueprint that Michael has provided us. But Jeff Henry has also developed an implementation assessment tool, which essentially allows you to assess the different resources that currently exist within the community that you're considering, and kind of deciding, you know, where to start and what the priorities are. So feel free to reach out to Jeff at j.henry@ubuntuusa.org, and he'd be happy to speak with you more about that, and he can share that assessment tool with you. But we're trying to work on developing ways of you know, kind of guidebooks essentially for people to figure out where to begin, because it can be kind of a daunting idea of starting a community from scratch. So it looks like Pete says that they're going to be adding a registration page for the events in Bolton Valley to their website within the next week. We'll also be putting that out on our social media so that you can register directly with them, because obviously they want to be able to get a head count for the dinners and the other events that are involved. So if you're interested, please feel free to sign up on their website. The link will be coming very, very soon. Trigby's asking what projects are starting in Bolton Valley and how can we help them from Minneapolis? Great question. So you can go to their website, which Pete has posted. It's www.ubuntuvt.org. And so you can go to their website and learn. They've written about the different community projects that they're focusing on. And looks like Michael posted it there. Thank you. Okay, you guys are awesome. You answered everybody's questions. That's great. So it looks like, yeah, you just go to the community projects. You can donate there. You can also reach out to the community and see if there's anything that you can offer in terms of support. Trigby, I know that you're working with our science and technology team, and we're hoping to be able to work and collaborate with and support Bolton Valley as they continue to develop their community. So I think there will be lots of opportunities to be involved. So trying to just look through here, make sure there aren't any other questions that I missed. Okay. I already answered that one. Okay, Susan answered that one. Okay, sorry guys. So if you have questions about the Ubuntu Mobile, I would encourage you to go either to our Facebook page or to the ubuntumobile.org/USA site, and you can get all the answers there to, there's a facts page which has a lot of the frequently asked questions. So I'll let you guys check that out for yourself. I can see, yeah, the initial phone is $449, but as you guys know, the cell phone companies now charge you for the phone. So if you go to AT&T or any of the current networks and buy an iPhone or something like that, essentially they just split out the payments, and an iPhone is much more expensive than these space phones. I think an iPhone is closer to $600. That essentially they just, split out over the length of a year or 2 years. So you're basically just paying for your phone over time. And with the space phone, it's the same thing. You're just paying less money and paying for it up front, and then just the $49 monthly services. So okay, what happened to the state delegates? Okay.
So I did chime in on that one, Star. I am going to connect with Lance Williams this week just to see where things are at. So either way, either Lance will reach out to the state delegates this week, or I'll be in touch there. I can pick up that. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds great. Yeah, so about the state delegates, we have state delegates for several states. We're looking to have 3 state delegates for each state within the United States, who essentially would just be a conduit of information from the national down to the local levels. We're not interested in creating a hierarchical structure for the sake of power. It's more for the sake of organization and the ability to really, the flow of information, to be a bi-directional flow of information from the national level down to the local level and vice versa. So if you're interested in being a state delegate, I thought that the best way, as this movement continues to grow and expand, more and more people are starting to join, and eventually we will want to have state delegates in place that will essentially sort of organize or oversee the local circles within each state, and then to relay information back and forth between the local and the national level. So if you're interested or you feel inspired or resonate with the idea of being a state delegate, please reach out to us. We do have regular meetings for people who are involved as state delegates, and your role will become more defined as we grow and expand and continue to evolve. And the cool part about joining now is that you get to be part of that process, that evolutionary process, if you join in early. Okay, so Brian's asking how to get involved at Greenfire Farm. So as I mentioned, we're going to be putting up information. Dick Hogan from Greenfire just sent me some information yesterday about the community that we're going to be placing. We're going to be putting some videos about the community and some pictures and lots of information about the community itself onto our website. So hopefully we'll get some of that information over the next week. That will be posted on our website, which is usa.ubuntuplanet.org. And so you can check that out there. We're going to have a communities page where we'll be having information about the 2 communities that are currently being formed or currently functioning utilizing the Ubuntu philosophy. So does anyone else have any other questions, or Susan, Myra, or Allison, any of you want to jump in and share any additional information?
I just wanted to mention that our next meeting is September the 25th. It's a Sunday, so it's also in that window of time that Michael Tellinger is here. So it would be awesome to see if maybe if his schedule's open, Star, that he could just pop on and say hi during that time. I don't know if that'll be possible because I know things are filling in, but maybe that'll happen. That would be awesome.
That's a great idea. We will make that happen. We will get him to a computer with a moderator link, and we will have Michael come on and talk and share with us and answer questions. That's an excellent idea, Allison. Anybody else have any other additional comments or information that you want to add? So it looks like Dick has offered the little bit of information about how to contact Greenfire, and looks like that they're going to be releasing, and Dick did tell me that they're going to be releasing some new websites soon. They do have a website in place, but it's the information is quite outdated, and there's much that has happened in the last several years that they want to be able to update before releasing that information. So it looks like that you can reach Dick at 740-664-4028 if you want to learn about the community itself. And then, of course, once their website is up and running, we'll be releasing that information so that you can contact them directly. Okay, so unless there's any other questions or comments or anything, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for the evening. We definitely wanted to give you an update on the coming events and also about the communities. We're very excited about the formation and the success of these two communities, and we'll be sharing more information as we continue to expand and develop and evolve. And as I've mentioned throughout the entire meeting today, if there's some way that you feel inspired to serve the movement or be involved and you have ideas for us, we're very open to any ideas or feedback that you might have. And as always, you know, our intention with these meetings is to really just be transparent with everyone and to talk about what's happening and what's going on in the various circles. Also, if there are specific areas that you would really like us to focus on, if there are specific circles that you'd like to know what's going on in this or that circle, please contact us. So the last couple of things that I want to mention is a couple of different recruitment requests. One is that our education ambassador, Karma Cloud, who's a fantastic human being, has decided to focus on her local efforts with Ubuntu. And so she has decided to step out of the national role, and she was coordinating the education circle. And so if you are interested in being involved with or overseeing or coordinating the education circle, we're looking for somebody to fulfill that role. Karma put a great deal of time and energy into developing a plan of action for the education circle, which is very clear and drawn out. So, you know, the great thing is you would have essentially your own blueprint for the education circle if you have experience or you're inspired to be a part of the evolution of education in this country as we break out of some of the social programming and more people start to wake up and realize that our education system is failing us. So please reach out to me or anyone on the team if you feel like you might be interested in that position. The other thing that I want to mention, thank you, Michael, for reminding me, is the podcast. So we're in the process of developing some Ubuntu podcasts. Jessica Graff is she is leading that project, and so we're looking for host or hosts, and we're also looking for guests who are interested in coming on and speaking about Ubuntu, about different facets of Ubuntu, such as agriculture or technology or healthcare. And so if you feel like you'd be interested in participating in that project, please feel free to reach out to us. We'd be very interested in speaking with you about putting this project together. And again, a lot of pre-planning has already been done. And so we're just looking for people who are interested in helping us to make this manifest. So somebody's asking, can you post the link to the circles, the education circle? So I do not believe that there is an education circle that is formed on the national, on the global site yet. So Sylvia, I was going to ask you to help me to do that, so that we can get that started. So I will try to create an education circle on the global Ubuntu site, and then make the announcement that we're looking for somebody. And that's a really great idea, and it's something that I've been intending to do, and ran out of time. So that will be coming very, very soon. For now, I'm going to put my email down here, and so feel free to email me directly. Oops, I just muted myself. So feel free to contact me if you have any interest in being involved in anything at all that we spoke about tonight or didn't speak about. If you want to connect with us, feel free to reach out to me or any of the other members of the team. So I want to thank you all so much for joining us and listening to me yak for about an hour here. We as always, we just have so much information. So much happens in the course of 3 or 4 weeks. The momentum behind Ubuntu continues to be very strong and continues to build. The universe continues to show up to support us, to show us the way, and we are humbly following. And so we're just so excited to be in this position of service and be in this position to introduce this higher level of awareness to people and this more peaceful and sustainable way of living together. So we're really excited that you're here with us and that you share our passion and that you resonate with the message of Ubuntu. Like I said, keep following us on our social media sites, and you can find announcements and how to register for all the various events that we talked about. Otherwise, please join us for the next collaboration session, which will be happening, as Allison said, on September 25th. And I believe that if you've registered for this one, you will get a notification for the next one. Is that correct, Allison? I think that you're already...
You got it. Yep, you got it. So if you registered once, you're registered for all of the sessions for 2016.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'll be in New York City for the bulk of the time that Michael's there, so I'm really excited. I hope that you guys will come join us, and really looking forward to expanding Ubuntu more and more, and I have a feeling that these upcoming events will assist us in doing that. So please share with everyone you know and who might be interested in the events. And we look forward to joining you next time, next month, for the next collaboration meeting. So have a great night, everyone, and we'll be talking to you very, very soon. Take care.